Chapter 7. The child lived in the world. Interface and journal tending. The point of interface. We all want more light. We all need and want the flow of light for our truth to be new, fresh, and effective. In this regard, Jesus said, "If you bring forth that within yourselves, that which you have will save you." So what do? It is confoundingly simple. We reach out to the child within us. We talk to the child we know is there. We do this initially by means of our journal, and later by writing and talking to the rest of ourself, the child out there in time and space. We write to the child I am with simple words in our private journal, exactly as we would talk to God. The child of us is the God of us, and is our connection, our interface with Godhead, mountain beyond name. The child is also our interface with the entire tangible universe, Shan. It is as if the real of us, the child, holds God's hand with one hand and holds the world's hand with the other. We stand precisely in the middle between these two that are one, Godhead and Man. The child is the third, the Logos. These are the three that are one. Listen gently about the place of interface. When one plays the piano, the point of interface between the player and the sounded music is exactly where his fingers touch the keys. The surface of the keys is the place where the inner music of the soul becomes the outer melody in the living room or concert hall. There is no space between the fingers and the keys, just as there is no space between the child of us and our fingers as we write. The child soul of us is where the melody is first heard. If one is a composer, the point of interface between the melody heard within and the melody the world hears without is also at the tips of the composer's fingers, as he plays and as he writes those notes onto a piece of paper. So the interface is where the inside becomes the outside, and where, as we listen, the outside becomes inside. In the book of Thomas, we hear Jesus say, "When you make the two one, and when you make the inner as the outer, and the outer as the inner, then shall you enter the kingdom." When one writes a letter or a book, the point of interface between the reader and the writer is the tip of the writer's fingers and his heart, and the eyes that read and the reader's heart. There is no real space between the eyes, the heart, and the tips of the fingers. When the writer gets the fingers to state the child's heart's feeling, the interface is completed, heart to heart. As I sit here writing these words at Woodsong's study desk, piled high with books, papers, and letters, the point of interface between the child heart I am and the entire world of time's tangibility is the keyboard of the good Rabbi Moses Goldberg, the typewriter. The child heart of me touches God on the one side and the world of time on the other. Reading these words, the reader goes straight to the writer's heart, to his own simultaneously. As you will see very plainly in the days ahead, there is only one heart, one child, one God. It is the same for all.